Hey, I'm Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at New Leaf Training and Development, and I'm so delighted to be joined by my colleague and friend, Aaron Miller. Aaron, this subject, leading others, what's this program all about?
Yeah, leading others actually starts with an understanding of the self because you really can't lead others if you don't know how to self-manage. So we start by taking kind of an introspective glance at who we are and how we operate. And once we understand how we operate, then we're better positioned to, I think, influence others because we know that how we want to be led and how we want to be influenced is going to inform how we then do that for other people. You see, people don't want to be managed. We manage machines and we manage systems, but people don't want to be treated like robots or like a cog in a wheel. People like to be led. They like to be influenced. And so, what we're going to dive into, we'll look at all of the aspects of leadership as we learn to draw out the best in one another, which really causes for, I'd say, flourishing in the workplace.
Brilliant. Aaron, with regard to participants, what will they get from this program? What's in it for them?
Yeah, so going back to that introspective exercise I talked about, that we'll begin right in the beginning. What they're going to get is an understanding of their dimensions, and what I mean by that is we are all body, mind, soul, and heart, right? And so we don't want people in the workplace simply arriving with their bodies for a paycheck. We want their mind, their intellect, their solution mindedness, if you will. We want their heart, meaning their passion, right? In the work that they're invested in, and we want their soul. And what we mean by that is we're describing character, someone who wants to invest in an outcome that causes everyone to win. So once we understand the four dimensions of the individual and how to lead in those dimensions, then we're going to take away some real core objectives and pursue those objectives. We're going to look at examples of good and bad leadership, so we kind of know where the goalposts are. Many times we have points of references from our past, good and bad, that serve as an informative way forward. We'll look at understanding the 9 roots of effective leadership, which really deals with, again, self-management and then also leading others. The first 4 of those roots will be about the self and how to manage oneself. The latter 4 will be how to influence others. And then we're going to package this all together with the 9th, which is actually humility, a way to serve one another and kind of again, informing our service, knowing how we also like to be served,
Mm.
taking our cues there. And of course, we'll discuss all the importance of that management and that influence and the I'd say the results we get to walk in as a fruit of that labor.
Mm. I've often heard somebody say, I've often heard it said that the opposite of humility is ego, and somebody said like
Yeah,
ego is like edging goodness out, and I love that. Aaron, with
yeah,
regard
that's good.
to your credibility, obviously I know you well. For someone that doesn't know you, if you could toot your own horn for a few seconds, what's your credibility to be able to facilitate a
Sure.
conversation on leading others?
Yeah, well, for about 20 years, I've been in positions where I've led large teams towards certain goals and outcomes. I do a lot of one-on-one counseling, conflict resolution, but just more on a human level. I don't know if this will resonate with anybody, but I'm a dad, right? I'm a husband. I'm a human being. I'm a person, and so I understand that all of me is where I am all the time. And so many times we like to convince ourselves that we can compartmentalize and break up ourselves into the various domains that we occupy. So I have my personal life, I have my work life. The reality is, I might be somewhat successful in pushing things to the back of my mind to focus on a task, but if my personal life is not where it needs to be, then my professional life, it's going to resonate somewhere in my professional life, and the vice versa is also true. So just at a human level, what we do at New Leaf is we bring the human element to bear in all of our curriculum, because at the end of the day, we're mind, body, and soul, and heart.
Hmm.
So
Love that, Aaron.
I don't know if that's credibility for you, but
Oh, I love it. Aaron, I know whenever I've sat in or participated in a session like this, I always like to connect with the facilitator. So let us into
yeah.
your world a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more about Aaron, kind of hobbies, interests, that kind of thing.
Oh, I really am a family man. So I do love hanging out with the family as often as I can. I travel locally quite a bit, so sometimes that's prohibitive. But I really want to cherish my nights, my evenings with them. as often as I can. I have 3 teenagers, and so it's either football games or it's track and field practice or it's just running around. We're in that stage of life. I enjoy a lot of alone time too. I really enjoy a good book. I enjoy hiking with my wife. That's something we like to do. We enjoy the outdoors. And I guess one interesting fact, not that you're asking for this, but I will do just about anything for a breakfast burrito. I just any time of day, I'm down.
We couldn't end on a much higher note than that, Aaron. Aaron, thank you for taking a few minutes with us to talk about the principles and behaviors wrapped around this program, Leading Others. Could I offer you a virtual high five?
Oh, high five. Yeah, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be with the team.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Paul.